Welcome back to Duda Dojo, your source for the latest Duda news, platform how-tos, and product updates. I'm Jessica, and this week I sat down with Haley and Alexis, two of our excellent graphic designers, to discuss website animations and how to implement them effectively using Duda. So let's jump right in. Alexis and Haley, let's talk about animations. So we do animations for our website design, and we also, obviously, we do it for social media as well. But today, let's talk about how to implement animations into the Duda system. I know that Duda comes with native features that we can use to animate, but then our team also designs outside of that and then pulls it into Duda. Yeah. So I would love to just look at some of the animations that we've generated today and then advise us on what are the best ways to balance animations while also still engaging the user, but potentially, not overwhelming them. What would you guys say? What's a good way to find that balance for those animations?
I think it really depends on the client and like what website you're doing, what the content is, and like what industry they're in. Like you want to make the animation fit to their website and not feel like it's a totally separate part from the content that's going on there.
Sure. So you want to make sure the animation messaging aligns with the brand and the messaging that's taking place on the site.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So I know you guys have kicked out a couple of really cool ones. So let's dive into that and talk to me through which ones are native, which ones that you guys designed and implemented, and what was it like during that experience?
Yeah, so this one is transportation tax, and they're a little bit more professional, but we didn't want it to be too boring and just tax-based. So we added some subtle animations. So as you scroll down, you can see that all these services kind of pulsate and really draw your eye to each and every one of them in this section.
Sure, it's pretty cool.
Yes, and as the user scrolls down more and gets to the contact form, you can see it kind of slides in there and draws the user to that so that they can convert the user.
Yeah, that's a great way to draw just a subtle attention to where you want the user to engage with. Obviously, this client wants the user to get in touch with them.
Yes.
So, What are some of the other ones where maybe a project didn't allow for a full scope of animations, where we've done just a little subtle touch of animation?
Yeah, so here is Wag and Paddle, which was a basic site that Alexis worked on. And she did a great job of balancing them. I'll let you speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, so if you scroll through just a little bit, there are some native aspects here, like where that, the image comes in, the text comes in, drawing the user to that information, as well as just adding a little flair to each of these sections. Trying not to overwhelm it, but this is, even though it was a basic site, it is a more fun and playful site. So definitely wanted to keep to that. And throughout the site, they really liked the wave element that I had incorporated.
Yep.
And our client just really wanted to see that. I had used it statically in the hero, but I thought, RivalMind tries to go above and beyond to please our clients. So I just really quickly whipped that up in After Effects and just put it in there as a GIF.
And so the Duda system had no issues just bringing that into it.
No.
That's awesome.
And a GIF, usually a GIF is best when using something like this, which is transparent. If you have, let's say, an animation that has a background and you want to use it in, like, let's say this row, you would want to do an MP4 or an MOV.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, that's smart. I know that there was a huge project that we took on and finished with joy. It was definitely had its challenging moments, where we did a lot of work to put together some really cool animations that were essentially built outside of the Duda system and brought in. Do you want to take us through that and talk to us about that experience? Because I know there was
everyone had a hand in that one.
Yes, there was glory, but there were challenges in this one. So yeah.
So this is another dog training website. You can see here on the hero, they had asked us to make a stamp certifying them for not using shock collars and other stuff like that. And again, we kind of go above and beyond for our clients. So I wanted to make it animate and rotate so that you could read each side of the stamp.
Without it being too much. It's like the perfect subtle animation.
It draws to one of what they consider the most valuable part of their training. So it kind of draws your eye into it. So it was very smart. Yeah.
Still professional, but add some playfulness to it. And on their interior pages, like for their franchises, we also made these little custom animations of dogs popping up with the stars and the stamp again.
It's so cute.
Yeah. And we made different versions of them. So it wasn't like the same GIF repeating on every single page.
Yeah.
So
I love this. How could you not want to train your dog with these people? Like, this is such a fun
I'm about to take my
site.
puppies over there.
Yeah. Very cool. I love this.
And we pair it with native Duda animation as well. It kind of
Mm-hmm.
complements it well. So again, there's that sort of the services popping out at you. And yeah, we have a lot of fun with those.
Yeah. So we just showed off maybe a more serious site like transportation tax or more serious message. And then obviously these two dog websites that are a little more playful. Alexis, what is your take on when looking at different industries or different markets that you're trying to, share your message with? What's your take on how to use different types of animations? How should that appeal to the user when it comes to the messaging or how you interact with it?
Yeah, for sure. So it really depends on who the audience is. And so like, for instance, Wag and Paddle, like they're a dog training facility. And so they want to, bring those users in like through these playful dogs and like this happy feeling. So I think those animations can be a bit more bouncy, a bit more, in your face without being like overwhelming. When it comes to transportation tax, that is a bit more professional, clean. You use a subtle fade, keep it more classy and not, maybe draw that user's eye to like the contact form, a CTA.
Yeah. So maybe in the case of a tax, consulting firm or other, maybe a medical firm, while you could go over the top based on their voice and their message and how they want to appear, it's probably just to pull back a little bit.
Yeah, I think that can be a little bit of a red flag to the user, like trying to get medical services. And there's like
and you just
images
see bouncy.
like bouncy.
You're like, are they going to take this seriously?
Right.
Yeah. I know that we've been working on some luxe brands lately, and that's pretty fun for our team to be able to work with a company that works with really high-end materials and product. Yeah. So I know that there's some work that you guys have been doing in Editor 2.0. Take me through that. How are those animations working, and what are some of the settings and things that you look at when you're working in the Duda system to produce one of these native animations?
Sure. Yeah. So there's not much difference between 2.0 and Classic as far as animations go right now. You can see as I scroll down, we have like images sliding in, and this slides up. And then again with the contact form sort of sliding in as you scroll. So Duda's really great about making their animations very customizable. So once you open the design panel and navigate to the animation part over here, you can see that there's different things that can trigger my animation. So if I click this drop down, it can either be triggered by entering the website or by scrolling the website. Yeah. I personally love using scroll for especially luxury ones. I feel like it adds like a very like luxurious ambiance to it as you're scrolling the page.
As far as scroll, I've also observed in animations, user might enter the site, but if they aren't engaging right away and the animation is set to entrance, they might miss it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Unless it's a hero section, I would probably always use scroll.
Yeah.
And with the scroll, I like it because you can control like where it's showing. So down here, you can see I can choose where I want the animation to appear fully on the screen and like where in my scroll it starts and ends. So
that's actually pretty cool. I love that feature.
That is a great feature. And you can also change the power, which I love. So like we have it set very low because it's a luxury one. It's very slow and it's just kind of like seeping in from the sides.
Very sultry.
Yes. Whereas if I power it up, you can see that the left image is coming in way more powerful than the one on the right. Now that would be cool for like a sports website or like something,
Oh yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. Where you would use something with more speed or you want it to be more like impactful and fast. So it's really customizable even within what they have and what they offer.
I love actually this feature. I had never really had seen it or demoed in the way that you did, but I could see how this bring a ton of value just deciding what type of oomph or impact you want to make.
Yeah, 100%.
What would be some of the, I guess, tips that you would advise other designers? Maybe you've learned from some of your own mistakes. What would you advise other designers when implementing animations and working in the Duda system when it comes to that? You both are like, let me go.
Something I would say, and Duda kind of combats this, like they're not going to let you upload a GIF that's like huge. It kind of already is like within a certain size, but you don't want to overdo it like we were talking about, or have it be too heavy of a file to where it's going to take your page a while to load it, or it's just impacting the user experience in a negative way.
Yeah, because that does play a part, page speed. So
adding on to that, I think I've been to like certain websites where like the animations are cool, but it shouldn't be the front of, like, it shouldn't be what's leading the story of whatever the experience is. It should be guiding the user throughout, like, the information on the page.
Yeah.
The content's still the most important.
Exactly.
Part.
Yeah.
Well, this is really exciting. Thank you guys for joining me. I can't wait to see additional animations. Maybe we can come back.
Duda 2.0.
Duda 2.0. Let's see how they advance it, and we'll come back and we'll talk, and then just look at some of the extra cool stuff you guys are creating.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, if you like this dojo, try out this one or subscribe to our channel for more content.